Poetry Out Loud competition. Tonight, 8 out of the 22 students that are reciting poems will go to state in about 10 days. So they're really excited. You're going to hear some great poetry tonight. I'm really glad you're here. Will you please turn off cell phones and things, because when everybody's up here, it can be kind of nerve-wracking if your cell phone goes off. Tonight's event will be cablecast on channel 7 or 11. That's MCAT, the public access television station. And we thank them for a Media Arts grant to make DVDs and edit and film the whole event. They've done that every year. And if you're interested and you're a nonprofit or are a member of a nonprofit and you have an event to be taped and want it cablecast, just call up MCAT and fill out a media assistance grant, and they'll probably be able to fund you. We're really fortunate to have all the teachers in Montana, just about, having their students have their students memorize poems and if you like what you hear tonight, you can go online and see some of the poems. They're at poetryoutloud.org. I think I should say a little bit about Poetry Out Loud. It's one of those things that English teachers love because it hits all the standards for speaking and listening and literature and reading and sometimes writing too. There's some writing that goes along with that in the classroom. But I think the main thing that I've seen people get out of this experience is they walk away with a poem by heart. And that is one of those things that you can't really replace. It's something that can keep you going through a long, cold night sometimes, or it can be the perfect thing to say to the person that you love at that moment. Along with a good memory exercise, having a poem by heart is something that you have all your life and that you can pass on. I guess I'll stop because I can get really boring that way, and introduce Adrienne Kransky. She's a former Hellgate High School alumni, and now she's a drama dance student at UM. And she went to state 2008 and has been on the stage reciting poetry before. Her job tonight is to invoke the muse, to bring down inspiration and help us kind of warm up the stage. So Adrienne Kransky.
Good evening, everyone. I'm going to adjust this. I am short. This is a Shel Silverstein. I don't know if you all know it, but it's just to let us relax and get loose. You shouldn't overact like this, poetry people. Here you can really get into your poem, but later in state, I'll warn you, you can get docked for overacting. Tidbit from being there, they don't like it. All right. Oh, the crocodile went to the dentist, and he sat down in the chair, and the dentist said, "Now tell me, sir, why does it hurt and where?" And the crocodile said, "I'll tell you the truth, I have a terrible, terrible ache in my tooth." And he opened his jaws so wide, the dentist, he climbed right inside. The dentist laughed, "Oh, isn't this fun?" as he pulled the teeth out one by one. And the crocodile cried, "You're hurting me so, please put down your pliers and let me go." But the dentist just laughed with a ho, ho, ho. He said, "I still have 12 to go." Whoops, that's the wrong one, I confess. But what's one crocodile tooth more or less? And then suddenly the jaws went snap, and the dentist was gone, right off the map. And where he went, no one can guess. To north, to south, to east, to west, he left no forward Dean address. But what's one dentist more or less?
everybody, I'm Lucy Perino. I'm a senior here at Hellgate High School, and I will be your MC for the evening. So, let us begin our poetry competition with Riley Johnson. She's a junior at Hellgate High School. She likes to play tennis. She's on the speech and debate team, and she plans to study English and history and go into the Peace Corps. Sounds like a very well-rounded child. Come up and perform for us, please. Thank you.
Are my judges ready? Then I shall begin. The Vacuum by Howard Nemerov. The house is so quiet now. The vacuum cleaner sulks in the corner closet, its bag limp as a stopped lung, its mouth grinning into the floor. Maybe at my slovenly life, my dead dog youth. Well, I've lived this way long enough, but when my old woman died, her soul went into that vacuum cleaner, and I can't bear to see the bag swell like a belly, eating the dust in the wool mice, and begin to howl, because there's old filth everywhere. She used to crawl in the corner and under the stairs. I know now how life is as cheap as dirt. And still, the hungry, the angry heart hangs on and howls, biting at the air. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Riley. Next, we have Sophie Forsland. Sophie is from Hamilton High School. She's 17 years old and is a junior. Her favorite book is Gone with the Wind, and she loves dancing and theater. So, if Sophie would please come up, we can begin our next poem.
When in Disgrace with Fortune and Men's Eyes by William Shakespeare. When in disgrace with fortune and men's eyes, I all alone beweep my outcast state, and trouble deaf heaven with my bootless cries, and look upon myself and curse my fate, wishing me like to one more rich in hope, featured like him with friends possessed. Desiring this man's art or that man's scope, with what I most enjoy, contented least. Yet in these thoughts myself almost despising, haply I think on thee, and then my state, like the lark at break of day arising from sullen earth, sings hymns at heaven's gate. For thy sweet love remembered such wealth brings, that then I scorn to change my state with kings.
Thank you very much, Sophie. So now we have some special middle school guests here, and I would like to introduce Rory Benedict. Is she or he here to give us a poem?
Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening by Robert Frost. Whose woods these are, I think I know, his house is in the village though. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. My little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near, between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. He gives his harness bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake. The only other sounds the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep.
Thank you very much, Rory. That was awesome. All right, next we have Dak Cedarberg. And Dak is a sophomore at Sentinel, and he acts with MCT, Missoula Children's Theater here, and he likes English and singing in choir. So come on up, Dak.
I think I'll adjust this as I'm quite tall. My judges ready? Okay. All right. A Psalm of Life by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. What the heart of the young man said to the psalmist. Tell me not, in mournful numbers, life is but an empty dream, for the soul is dead that slumbers, and things are not what they seem. Life is real, life is earnest, and the grave is not its goal. Dust thou art to dust returns, was not spoken of the soul. Not enjoyment and not sorrow is our destined end or way, but to act that each tomorrow finds a spark of today. Ours is long, and time is fleeting, and our hearts, though stout and brave, still, like muffled drums are beating funeral marches towards the grave. In the world's broad field of battle, in the bivouac of life, be not like dumb, driven cattle, be a hero in the strife. Trust no future, however pleasant, let the dead past bury its dead. Act in the living present. Are within God ahead. Lives of great men all around us. We can make our lives sublime. And in passing, leave behind us footprints on the sand time. Footprints that perhaps another, same or less solemn name, of the one shipwreck brother, seeing shall take our name. Let us then be up and doing, with a heart for any fate. Still achieving, still pursuing, learn to labor and to wait.
Thank you very much, Dak. That's one of my personal favorite poems. Our next contestant is Julian Adler. He's a senior here at Hellgate High School, and he likes to attempt clever Facebook quotes. Trust me, I am a witness, they are very clever. And he is our student body president here at Hellgate, and he aims to be a foreign diplomat. So this is Julian, everybody.
Hi, to reiterate, my name is Julian Adler, and I will be reciting Cure by Paul. Okay, excellent. I have heard the horns of Roland goldly screaming in the petty purities of the inner ear, and seen the frightful saracens of fear pour from the masses, fought them, brave and dreaming. But wait, and heard my own voice dimly screaming in the world and whirling battles of the ear, and beat the savage head back in my fear, and crawled the terror down his fist over me. I heard with Hannibal in the mountain dusk, watching drivers yell the doomed and gray elements over the Tromedy Alpstrong Cave, with snow knitted on peace on the ivory tusk. But wait, and found myself in vivid dusk, plunging the deep and icy floor, gone gray, with bellowing shapes of morning, and the gay sunshine through me like an ivory tusk. I smile on the platform, hearing without shame the crowd scream out my praise. I, the new star, handsome, disparaging my bloody scar, yet turning its light when they call my name. But wait, and the empty windows sneer my name. The sky bled, drop by golden drop, each star, the curved moon, glittered like a single star, and the wind called with its gentle voices, shame. I found the secret alley. On the floor, laying limply from the passionate mind, and found beneath the green, lewd, smelling vine, love opens me like a great door. But waits, and see an empty shadows on the door. And while my stomach staggered with sour wine, green drunkenness crept upon me like a vine, and I puked my passion on the bathroom floor. I run with Boone and see the Indian village, the log house, fought, arrowing leg, hobbled across the painful grounds, while the warrior gobbled wild turkey cry, but escaped to save the village. But wait, and walk the city, vicious village, fought through the traffic, the wild horn gobbled. And I, bruised, turned towards home, hobbled, myself, the house, my neighbors, pillage. I have lain in bed and felt my body taken, like water utterly possessing the sand, soothing as a hand that grasps and comforts the hand that it is shaken. But wait, and found myself wholly shaken by you, as the wave seethes and soothes the sand, and your whole body was the reaching hand, and my whole body the hand that yours had taken.
Thank you very much, Julian. Next, we have Joseph Perry. And Joseph is a junior at Whitefish High School. Excuse me. He's 17 years old. And his favorite, I cannot really read his handwriting, I'm sorry, but Gary Paulson is one of his favorite authors. And his hobbies include soccer, skiing, student council, hunting, and fishing. So he's an outdoorsy politician. And he was born in Whitefish. So if Joseph would please come up. Thank you.
Annabelle Lee by Edgar Allan Poe. It was many, many years ago in a kingdom without sea that a lady lived, whom you may know by the name of Annabelle Lee. And this lady, she lived with no one thought that to love and be loved by me. I was a child, she was a child in this kingdom by the sea. But we loved with a love that was more than love. I and my Annabelle Lee. With the love of the winged seraphs of heaven, covered in her knee. And this was the reason that long ago in this kingdom by the sea, O wind, you out of God, chilling my beautiful Annabelle Lee. So where I peace and came and bore her away from me, to shut her up and settle here in this kingdom by the sea. The angels, not half so happy in heaven, when envy heard me. Yes, that was the reason as all men know in this kingdom by the sea, that the wind came out of the cloud by night, chilling and killing my Annabelle Lee. But our love, it was stronger, by far, than the love that was so older than me, of very far wiser than me. And neither the angels in heaven above, the demons on the sea, can ever discover my soul, in the soul of the beautiful Annabelle Lee. The blue and better beams developing in the trees, the beautiful Annabelle Lee. And the stars over her eyes, so I feel bright eyes. Blue Annabelle Lee. And so, all the night time while I found by the side of my life and my life, and here's something that I see, and here's you by the side of the sea.
Thank you, Joseph. That was very moving. Next, we have Rebecca Sewell. Rebecca is from Big Fork High School. She's a junior and is 16 years old. She loves The Perils of Being a Wallflower, The Catcher in the Rye, The Great Gatsby, Edgar Allan Poe, and Ted Dekker. Good taste. Her extracurriculars and hobbies are book club, choir, theater, and tap class. And she was born in Cincinnati, Ohio. So if Rebecca would please come up. Thank you.
Chicago, December, by W.S. Buchanan. Trying to find my roots when I live in mid-afternoon, the constellation of color felt like a neediness, like craving chocolate. I'm an art institute favorites. Bella Quest served, her fashionable vision fixed to place things just right. Beckman's self-portrait, his fishy fingers never seemed to do a day's work. In the great stone lions outside, my mentally pissed by jumbled wreaths and ribbons, municipal cheer built around our heads. We missed. We're there. I walked north across the river. Christmas lights crushed against skyscraper glass, blazed straight into Michigan Avenue. Sunlight's last gasp sighing through the Arctic fog. Vague fatigue promise hangs in the little darkened sky, and bunched, sprouting starlings rattle up from trees, switch back and snap, like tossed rags dressing the better through the branches. Black on black shining. And in a moment, more like 4 moments, from the sidewalk, watching them, poised without purpose. Feel lifted inside the common hazards of stillness, the full, aimless, not-waiting birds go round together, clap! And the weather-making wing clouds changing, smithereens back and forth, now already gone to follow the river's sunny course.
Thank you very much, Rebecca. I think we'll have another one of our middle school guests come up, so if Maya Bennett would please come up and perform for us. Thank you.
I'm going to tell you two poems. Fire Nest by Robert Frost. Some say the wolf went in the fire, some say a nest. From what I've tasted of desire, I hold close to favorite fire. But if it had to bear spice, I think I know enough to pay to say that the destruction ice is also the radiant spice. Hope is the name of feathers by Emily Dickinson. Hope is the name of feathers that perches in the soul and sings the tune without the words and never stops at all. The sweetest in the gayest turn, the sort of a sweet storm that could have matched the little bird that kept so many more. I've heard it on the chills land across the strange sea, yet never in extremity it asked to come on me.
Thank you very much, Maya. All right, now we will have Shyla Allred, sorry. And Shyla hopefully will be going to a competitive out-of-state college, majoring in environmental science and studying physics, astronomy, and mathematics. Wow, good for you. There's a special reason she selected these poems, because she picked up a Psalm of Life, because she thinks it has a powerful, important message, and that's about her first one. So if Shyla could please come up. Thank you.
Song of Life by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. Tell me not, in mournful numbers, life is but an empty dream, for the soul is dead that slumbers, and things are not listening. Life is real, life is earnest, and the grave is not its goal. Dust thou art to dust returneth, was not spoken of the soul. Not enjoyment and not sorrow is our destined end or way, but to act that each tomorrow finds us farther than today. Art is long and time is fleeting, and our hearts, though stout and brave, still like muffled drums are beating funeral marches to the grave. In the world's broad field of battle, in the bivouac of life, be not like dumb, driven cattle. Be a hero in strife. Trust no future, however pleasant. Let the dead past bury its dead. Act in the living present. Heart within, and God overhead. Lives of great men remind us we can make our lives sublime, and departing, leave behind us footprints in the sands of time. Footprints that perhaps another, sailing over life's song main, a forlorn and shipwrecked brother, see, shall take part again. Let us then be up and doing, with a heart for any fate, still achieving, still pursuing. Learn to labor and to wait.
Thank you very much, Shyla. That was wonderful. And I forgot to mention that Shyla is a junior here at Hellgate High School. So next we have Emily Morrison. She is a freshman from Whitefish High School. Her favorite books are Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings. Alfred Lord Tennyson is an author, Catcher in the Rye, and Jane Austen. I like the Harry Potter and the Lord of the Rings myself. Her hobbies are volleyball, drama, speech and debate, and choir. She was born in Great Falls. So, Emily, if you could please come up.
By Robert Creed. Yesterday, I won the sweetness that sends over the others. To me, it wouldn't, because all that I know derives from what it teaches me. Today, what is it that is finally so helpless, different, despairs of its own statement, wants to turn away, aimlessly to turn away? If the moon did not, no, if you did not, I would not either. But what would I not do? What prevention? What thing so quickly stopped that is love yesterday? Or tomorrow? Not now. Can I keep what you give me? I have not earned it. Must I think of everything as earned? Now love also becomes a reward. So remote from me, I have only made it with my mind. Here is tedium, despair, a painful sense of isolation, and whimsical, if promised self-regard. But that image is only the mind's vague structure, vague to me because it is my own. Love, what do I think to say? I cannot say it. What have you become to ask that I have made into? Companion, good company, crossed legs to skirt, soft body and bones to bed? Nothing says anything at all, but that which wishes to come true. Fears what else might happen in some other place, some other time, not this one. A voice in my place, an echo of that only in yours. Let me stumble into not the confession, but the obsession I begin with now. Were you also someplace beyond time or time beyond place, no mind left to say anything at all? That face gone now, into the company flow, it all returns.
Thank you very much, Emily. I'd just like to mention that we would like to thank Mary Sullivan for organizing Poetry Out Loud at Big Fork High School. So next we have Maria Zepeda, and Maria likes music, playing her guitar and piano and singing. She really does like music. And she likes hiking and playing soccer. So if Maria would come on up. Oh, and she goes to Hamilton High School, and she's a senior, and she's 17. Sorry.
When you are old, I live in other ways. When you are old and gray and full of sleep, and snarling by the fire, take down this book and slowly read, and hear the soft look that your eyes have noticed, and others shall see. How many large moments of glad and loved you, beauty, love false or true. One I loved you, feeling so new, and loved the sighs of your changing face. And bending down beside the door bars, murmured, a little sadly, how love fled, and paced upon the mountains overhead, and hid his face amid the proud stars.
Thank you very much, Maria. Next, we have Austin Grafe. Austin Grafe is a freshman at Hellgate High School. He's 14 years old. He would like to be an engineer and a taekwondo instructor, possibly a teacher, musician, or actor. So I think he's keeping his options open. He loves to do taekwondo, play the drums, run, and snowboard. So he loves to act, and the poems he has chosen, he can act. So if Austin would come on up, please.
A Song of Life by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, what the heart of the young man said to the songs. Tell me not, you young lovers, life is but an empty dream, for the soul is dead and slumbers, and things are not what they seem. Life is real, life is earnest, and the grave is not its goal. Thus thou art, to dust returns, does not simple the soul. Not enjoyment, and not sorrow is our destiny, boy, but to act, that each tomorrow find us smarter than today. Hours long, and time is sweet, and our hearts were stout and brave, still, like muffled drums, are beating through the marches to the grave. In worlds where all feel battle, in the bivouac of life, be math like dumb, driven cattle, be a hero of strife. Trust your future, however present, let the dead past bury its dead. Act in the vivid present, heart within, and God overhead. Lives and great men, all behind us, that we can make our lives sublime. And departing, leave behind us footprints on the sands of time. Footprints that pass away, sailing over life's own main, a forward and shipwreck over, seeing shadow departing. Let us then be up and doing with a heart for end gate, still achieving, still pursuing. Learn to labor and to wait.
Thank you very much, Austin. I would also like to mention that we would like to thank Chris Schauder, I don't know, and Julia Rick for coaching, judging, and mentoring Whitefish High School Poetry Out Loud students. We'd like to thank Mary Sullivan, I already said that one. We would like to thank Jen Olson and Lauralee Evans-Lynn for organizing Poetry Out Loud at Big Sky High School. So our next competitor will be Rebecca Norman. Rebecca is a junior. I don't actually know what school she's from, sorry. Sentinel, all right, she's from Sentinel. She likes graphic design, English, and choir. And she wants to major in graphic design and linguistics. And she's been writing poetry since she was in elementary school. So Rebecca, please come on up.
Agoraphobia by Lynn Paston. Yesterday the bird of night did sit, even at noonday on the marketplace, hooting and shrieking, William Shakespeare. Imagine wading to a scene of snow so new, not even memories of other snow can mar its open surface. What other innocence is quite like this? And who can blame me for refusing to violate such whiteness with the rooted cruelty of tracks? Though I cannot leave this house, I have memorized the view from every window. 20 different essays, containing each nuance of weather and light. And I know the measure of every room, not as a prisoner facing a cell, but as the embryo moves the walls of the room, free to swim as his body tells it, to nudge the softly fleshed walls, dreading only the moment of contraction, never to be forced into the body world. Sometimes, I travel as far as the last stone of the path, but every step has an chip of the story, pricks that tender place on the bottom of the foot. And, like an ebbing tide, with all the obsession of the moon behind it, I am very back. I have noticed in the leaf fall how weeds are torn from the trees, each leaf ready to nod to the oak or the poplar that housed it. Or the moon, pinned to the very center of the window, is like a moth, haunting only to breaking. Me is this house follows all the laws of lentil and ritual, obeys the commandments of broom and meal, custom and grace. It's not fear that holds me here, but passion and the uncrossable motive moonlight outside the bolted doors.
Thank you very much. We would like to thank Jillian Krurar for organizing Poetry Out Loud at Sentinel. And we would also like to thank Jean Steele for coaching, judging, and mentoring at Hamilton High School. I think we'd like to invite another one of our middle school friends up. So if Paige Hahn could please come up and give us a poem.
I travel by darkness. Clover so long, I lay to the street, where mossy spring on the right and cycle You'll please you here and refuge to the lonely eternity of action and himself return to the dust fields the church and the Was it God, the sun rather than Edith, being parallel with the Spaniards, or only the priest of that town? Self-likely, voice of the volcano that speaks once in 100 years. And I wonder with your image before me, what life might you have lived, had you lived at all, whose companion, whose love, or should be perhaps no more than a slave of that reference.
Thank you very much, Paige. So our next contestant is Stella Shannon. Stella is a freshman again from Hellgate High School. She's 15 years old. The clubs she is in is Key Club, SOM, which is Students Against World Malnutrition, Student Government, and she's a competitive swimmer. She likes to act, sing, and play piano. So if you could please come on up, Stella.
Blackberry by Sylvia Plath. Nobody in the lane, and nothing blackberries. Blackberries on either side, the one right behind me. A blackberry alley going down in hooks. And a sea, somewhere at the end of it, heaving. Blackberry's big as the ball of my thumb, and dumb as eyes, ebony hedges, fat with blue-red juices. These days wander on my fingers. I have not asked for such a blood sisterhood. They must love me. They accommodate themselves to my milk bottle, flattened their side. Overhead go the chubs, in black, cacophonous flocks. Bits of birch paper reeling in the blown sky. Theirs is the only voice. Protesting. Protesting. I do not think the sea will appear at all. The high green meadows are glowing as if lit from within. I come to one bush of berries so bright there's a bush of flies hanging their blue-green bellies in the green paint in a Chinese screen. The honey taste of the berries is thunder. They will be the cabin. One more hook, and the berries in the bush's end. The only thing to come now is the sea. From between two hills, a sudden wind funnels at me, gapping its phantom laundry in my face. These hills are too green and sweet to have tasted salt. I follow the sheep path between them. A last hook brings me to the hill's northern face. And the face is orange rock that looks out on nothing. Nothing but a great space of white and pure light. And dim, like silversmiths, beating and beating and then back to them.
Thank you very much, Stella. All right, we would like to thank Jean Croxton, Jill Mason, and Debbie Hendricks for tallying scores, prompting students, and determining accuracy. So thank you very much. Our next contestant is Amber McDaniel. Amber, I don't really know much about her, other than she plans to attend Concordia for journalism. So if Amber could please come on up. Oh, wait, I found out more about her. Hang on. Okay, she's actually a junior at Big Fork High School, and she loves The Book Thief, great book. And I walked out one evening. She likes volleyball, track, book club, Leaders of Tomorrow, speech and drama, choir, theater, student council, and she is an editor of the school newspaper. So Amber, if you could come on up.
Invictus by William Ernest Henley. Out of the night that covers me, black as the pit and pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not wits nor cried aloud. I give the blood to me some chance. My head is bloody, but I'm thou. Beyond this place of wrath and tears, lose with the horror of shade, and yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. It matters not how straight the gate, how powerful the punishments we scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul.
Thanks very much, Amber. We would also like to thank Montana Arts Council for their financial support for traveling stipends for Western Region schools to send students to this event. Okay, so our next person is Tucker Schmidt. Tucker is a junior at Big Sky High School. He's 16. He enjoys wrestling and being a member of DECA, and he's planning on going to college. So good for you. Come on up.
Okay, I'm doing football at Moose Nichols. I take a snap from the center, fade to the right, fade back, eye protection. I got a receiver over downfield. What the hell is this? This isn't a football, it's a shoe. A man's brown leather Oxford. A cousin of football, maybe. The same skin, but not the same. A thing made from the earth, not the air. I realized that in a world where I understand, though one often has to make food bowl and hands, I eat pancakes, formulas, with a clear corn syrup on them, because there was no maple syrup, and they wanted to do it. Well, anyways, this is it. A man's downfield waving his arms. One has certain responsibilities. One has to make choices. This isn't right. I'm not going to do it.
Thanks, Tucker. That's another one of my favorite poems. So, as we move on, we have Jeannie Schneck. I don't know how we got Schmidt and Schneck next to each other, but we did it. She is from Big Fork High School. She's a junior, and she's 18. So, her favorite authors are Nicholas Sparks, Sarah Dessen, James Whitcomb Riley Arnold, and I believe that's it. Okay, her hobbies are being in the cave club, that's cool, horseback riding, cheerleading, and she has her own leopard gecko named Jimmy, which is really cool. So if Jeannie could come on up. Thank you very much, Jeannie. Our next person is Molly Schmidt. So we got a Schmidt, a Schneck, and a Schmidt. Are you two related? I don't even know at this point. Okay, so Molly goes to Whitefish High School. She's a junior and she is 16. Her favorite authors or some books are Dan Brown novels, Janet Ivanovich, I love her too, and Edgar Albert Guest. She is in the Honor Society and the Running Start program, which is really cool. So come on up, Molly.
He started to sing as he tackled the thing that couldn't be done, and he did it. There are thousands to tell you it cannot be done. There are thousands to promise you failure. There are thousands to point out to you, one by one, the dangers that wait to assail you. But just buckle in with the bit of fear. Just take off your coat and go to it. Just started to sing as he tackled the thing that cannot be done, and you'll do it.
All right, thank you very much, Molly. I feel like going out there and doing something now. All right, we would like to thank MCAT, which is Missoula Community Access Television, for their support through Media Assistance Grant to tape, edit, stream, and cablecast tonight's program on channels 7 and 11. A copy of the DVD can be ordered via the website at www.mcat.org or by calling 406-542-MCAT. All right, our next gentleman is Mr. Michael Nelson. He is a junior at Hellgate High School. His favorite authors are Mary Shelley and dystopia novels, which are quite good, I know. His hobbies include musical theater and ballet, and he hopes to go into college to study for a musical theater career. Come on up, Michael.
In the Basement of the Goodwill Store by Ted Hooser. It must be like in the thin brown air of damp carpet, dull beds and rust, beneath long rows of sharp footfalls like nails in a lid. An old man stands trying on glasses, lifting each pair from the box like a glittering fish, and holding it up to light a dirty bowl. Near him, a heap of enameled hands, wide as skulls, looms in the chasm of shadows. And old toilets with dry red throats cough over case of curtain rods. You've seen him somewhere before. He's wearing the green leisure suit that you throw in the garbage, and the Christmas hat you gave, and the ventilated wing-tip shoes you found in your father's closet. And the glasses that finally fit him, through which he looks to see you looking back. Two mirrors which flash and glance are those through which one day you too will look at the years, when you have grown old and no longer particular. And the things you thought you were good forever have taken you back in their arms.
Thank you very much, Michael. I don't think I've ever felt so nostalgic about Goodwill before. All right. Next, we have Michelle Carter. Michelle goes to Big Sky High School. She's a sophomore and she's 16. She does not seem to have any hobbies, but one of her favorite authors is Nicholas Sparks, and she wants to be a massage therapist. Very cool. All right, Michelle, come on up.
Storm of the Powers by David. Mine, said the storm. Mine is the hour. I crush the scissors, such is my power. Stronger than wishes, my power wrong. Mine, said the paper. Mine are the words that smother the storm with imagined birds. Friends of them, flown from the mind of the shaper. Mine, said the scissors. Mine, all knives dashing through papers, ethereal lies. Nothing so proper as having wishes. As scissors crush stone,
Thank you very much, Michelle. Alrighty, we would like to thank our members of the Knights of the Round Table for their generous support of Poetry Out Loud. Knights of the Round Table made a grant to the Western region to purchase books of poems by Montana poets for the finalists. So that's really cool. Our next contestant is Kenzie Lombardi, and she is a sophomore from, I don't exactly know where. Sentinel, woohoo, Sentinel again. Okay. She is in drama and speech and debate. And while this is her first real experience with poetry, she's fallen in love with the art, and it is this experience that will definitely not be her last. So, if you'd come on up, please.
A Dream Within a Dream by Edgar Allan Poe. Take this kiss upon the brow, and in parting from you now, thus much let me avow. You are not wrong in thinking that my days have been a dream. Yet if hope has flown away in a night or in a day, in a vision or none, is it therefore the less dark? All that we see or see is but a dream within a dream. I stand amidst the roar of a surf-tormented shore, and I hold in my hand grains of the golden sand. How few, yet how they creep through my fingers to the deep while I weep, while I weep. Oh God, can I not grasp them with a tighter clasp? Oh God, can I not save one from the pitiless wave? Is all that we see or seem but a dream within a dream?
Alrighty, thank you very much, Kenzie. We would like to thank Adrian Kransky, Adrian Kransky, Kim Anderson, Nikki Vanek, and Colin Post for judging this year's event. So they're right down there. So thank you guys very much. And yeah, round of applause. I think we're gonna have another middle school guest come on up. So if Brianna Johnson could come and give us a little poem, please.
I will be doing soon by Simon Orange. It begins at the house and then turns in this case, but it will not stop there. Soon as the town of Baltimore should living things, a daily paper and a wealthy village. On it wrote the release of the playing mass with regard. And pouring away it is out of her hands, the city nation, hemisphere, universe, hammering out in all directions, until suddenly, mercifully, there is drawn aside through the eye of the cold, bolted into the new galaxy, emerging smaller and smoother than a billow of laying on his hat. People stopping the street gradually in the ship, even asked, what is this so small and so very smooth? But his mass is greater than the planet, it's just words that I should know that they will not have.
Thank you very much, Brianna. So our next contestant is Adam Veray. Adam is a junior at Hamilton High, and he is 15. He's on the speech and debate team and in drama. He likes cross country, track, sailing, bicycling, and whatever he wants. So come on up, Adam.
Hello, by Edgar Allan Poe. From childhood's hour, I have not been as others were. I have not seen as others saw. I could not bring my passions from a common spring. From the same source, I have not taken my sorrow. I could not awaken my heart to joy in the same tone. And all I loved, I loved alone. Then, in my childhood, in the dawn, the most stormy light was drawn from every depth of good and ill, the mystery which binds me still, from the torrent or the fountain, from the red cliff of the mountain, from the sun that roundly rolled in its autumn tint of gold, from the lightning in the sky as it passed me, flying by, from the thunder and the storm and the cloud that took the form, when the rest of heaven is blue, of a demon in my view.
Thank you very much, Adam. We would also like to thank Margaret Belizel, the State Poetry Out Loud Coordinator, for her support and organization of this event of poetry recitation in Montana from the very beginning. So thank you very much. Our next contestant is Douglas Barrett. He is a junior from Big Sky High School. He enjoys band, choir, and drama, a triple threat. That's awesome. And he wants to go to trade school or college in the future. So come on up, Douglas.
Elegy on Toy Piano by Dean Young. You don't need a pony to connect you to the unsealed, or an airplane to connect you to the sky. Necessary it is to love to live, and there are many men, but in all important ways, one is on one's own. You need not put off your hand, no need to do a bouquet. Your head becomes a peach head, your tongue a honeycomb. And necessary it is to live to love, to charge into the burning cattle, then charge back out. And necessary it is to die, even for the trees, even for the plumbing connected you to what can't be grasped. The injured gazelle falls behind the herd, one last wild and end. Because of the swords in his mouth, the great poet struggles with a donkey. His work has enlarged the world, but the world is about to stop including it. He is the power the world runs out of. When something is turned back, there's nothing you can do to turn it back. About this, even diamonds do not lie. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That's another one of my favorite poems. I love that one. So, we would like to extend an invitation to everybody in the room to attend the annual All-City Poetry Slam upstairs at the Elks Club on March 24th. The cost is only $6, which includes live music after the event. So please sign up at the door early as there are limited slots. The slam starts at 7 p.m. and they're really cool, so everybody should go. So our last contestant in round number 1 is Michael de Grand Prix. It's not our last one, I'm sorry. He is a junior at Big Sky High School and he's 17 and he enjoys drama, band, choir, flagship, and playwriting. And he plans to study playwriting, music, and history in the future. So come on up, Michael.
London by William Blake. I wander through the shrouded street, near where the shrouded kings just flow, and mark in every face I meet, Marxism, Marxism. In every cry of every man, in every infant's cry of fear, in every voice, in every band, the mind force miracles at feet. How the chimney sweepers cry, every black-made church falls, and the hapless soldier's sigh runs in blood and hell's soul. But most midnight streets I hear, how the youthful bells curse, blast in the morning's cheer, and bless the memory.
Thank you very much, Michael. And I am not actually sure what's happening because there's no more people on the program, but we've got quite a few left in the stack. So our next person is Riley Johnson. Am I right, or am I just back at the beginning? Am I? Okay. Then there's a but. Yeah, so we're going to have a short intermission, probably 15 minutes? 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Way less than 15. Only 5. So be quick.
Well, Lucy's doing everything, teching and emceeing and everything and keeping all this straight. Let's give her a hand. I coerced Lucy into doing this. She's a senior and she needs hours for her senior project. But she's doing a great project on dialect. She's a great actor. You've probably seen her on this stage. And so we're going to miss you when you're gone next year. I just want to take a minute and thank, there's a lot behind this whole thing, even though it's really local and exciting, and we know who's up here, and we know some of these poems. The National Endowment for the Arts is really behind this whole thing. Dana Gioia is a poet. He was the president of, or the director, the best poet, anyway. He was the director, Margaret? Of the NEA. And he said, there's got to be something for poetry with the NEA. And he started this whole program. It's nationwide. Hundreds of thousands of kids are memorizing poems. Our Montana Arts Council also supports this. Travel grants for schools to come to this event. And for 8 of the finalists tonight to stay in Helena. And then they fly off to DC and win big bucks and have wild parties. No, that's not true. Sorry to get your hopes up. And then locally, like Lucy said, Court has supported us, and then all the teachers in the school, especially the English teachers. And so I just am very grateful for that kind of backing, and all the volunteer coaching and judging and things that go on at home, too. Thanks to parents for being here tonight.
All right, thank you, Miss Gant. Is this working? Okay, I might have to go take the mics up a bit. For round 2, our first contestant is Amber McDaniel, so if she would please come up. And before we start really quick, if you wouldn't mind us doing a quick mic check so I can make sure everybody can hear her, because it's a little quieter than I intended.
A Song of Life by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. But the heart of the young man said is lost. Tell me not, wonderful numbers. Life is but an empty dream, for the soul is dead that slumbers, and things are not what they seem. Life is real. Life is earnest. And great is not its goal. Thus thou art to dust eternest, was not spoken of the soul. Not enjoyment and not sorrow is our destined end or way, but to act that each tomorrow find us farther than today. Art is long and time is fleeting, and our hearts are stout and brave. Still, like muffled drums are beating, funeral marches to the grave. In the world's broad field of battle, in the big whack of life, be not like down-driven cattle. Be a hero in the strife. Trust no future, however pleasant. Let the dead past bury its dead. Act. Act in the living present. Heart within, and God overhead. Lives of great men all around us. We can make our lives sublime, and departing, leave behind us footprints on the sand of time. Footprints that
Still pursuing, learn to labor and to wait.
All right, thank you very much, Amber. I would just like to inform everybody kind of about the process of what goes on with Poetry Out Loud. So in all of our English classes, well, almost all of our English classes, our teachers have us pick a poem, and we perform it in front of our classroom. And for some, it's more of a task than others to get up and have the guts to get up and perform in front of everybody. So I just want everybody to give these kids a hand for having just the guts to get up here and performing phenomenally. So, thank you. So the next gentleman up is Austin Grafe. So come on up, please.
A dream within a dream by Edgar Allan Poe. Take this kiss on the brow and parting from me now. Thus much, let me vow. You are not wrong indeed, and my days have been a dream. Yet if hope is lonely, in a night, or in a day, in a vision, or none, is it therefore less gone? All that we see or see is but a dream. Within a dream. A sanded world, a surf tormented shore, and I hold within my hand grains of the golden sand. How few, yet how they creep through my fingers to the deep. Run. Oh God, can I not grasp them with the tight grasp? Oh God, can I not save one from moving this way? Is all that we still see but a dream within a dream?
Thank you very much, Austin. I really hope I'm not the only person in here who thinks of Inception when they hear that poem. I just hope it's not just me. All right, so our third contestant in round 2 will be Dak Cedarberg. So if he could come on up, and we will have our third poem of round 2.
A Song in Fredgar by Gwendolyn Brooks. I lived in Fredgar my whole life. I want to peek at the back, where it's rough and untended, and hungry weed grows. A girl may sit like a rose. I want to go to the backyard now, and maybe down the alley, where the cherry children play. I want a good time today. They do some wonderful things. They have some wonderful fun. My mother sneers, but I say it's fine. How? Well, they don't have to go in the court time. My mother, she told me that Johnny May will grow up to be a bad woman. That sooner or later, George will be taken to jail on account of blasphemy sold at that gate. But I say it's fine. Honest, I do. I'd like to be a bad one, too. And wear the gray stockings of night black lace and strut down the streets with paint on my face.
Well, I think we all just learned a little something about Dak. All right. so we're gonna have another one of our friends from Potomac come on up. So if Dan or Nichols could please come on up and give us a poem.
I'll be doing something by the moonlight, snowy evening, by our guest. Whose birthdays are heaven up, his house is in the village, so he will not see me stopping here to watch the woods full of snow. A little horse in the stately rear, stop without a farmhouse there, and the woods below the lake, dark and he hears his heart slowly shake, he rests for soul sake, growing others not to see, are easy work and wake. Over the lake, dark and deep, I promise to keep the last for your sake, for my sake, for your sake.
Thank you very much, Danner. All right, so Douglas does not have a second poem, so we move on to our fifth contestant now. Emily Morrison, if you could please come on up.
The Princess, now squeeze the crimson petal, by Alfred Hortense. Now squeeze the crimson petal, now bright, nor raise the cypress in the palace walk, nor raise the gold thing in the porphyry vault. The firefly wakens now with me, now droops the milk-white peacock like a ghost. And like a ghost she goes on to me. Now lies here all the names of stars, and all thy heart lies open unto me. Now slides the side of meteor on, leaving a shining furrow as thy thoughts in me. Now the lily folds all her sweetness up and slips into the bosom of the lake. So fold thyself, my dearest, thou, and slip into my bosom, and be lost in me.
All right, thank you very much, Emily. So I'd just like to inform everybody that poetry is actually a very big part of Hellgate's curriculum throughout the year. Not only do we do the Poetry Out Loud competition, but our theater department and drama program does performance poetry every year. So we all memorize 1 to 3, however many poems, and we take it from standing in front of a microphone and delivering in just voice, and we stage it, and we turn it into a big piece of theater rather than just a recitation. So if you all tune in next year, if you're in Missoula, or if you already go here, come and visit our poetry shows, because they're a great opportunity just to hear some poetry and see it in a different form. So our next contestant is Jeannie Schneck. Come on up. Friend.
Song of the Powers by David Mason. Mine, said the rock stone, mine is the hour. I crush the scissors, such is my power. Stronger than wishes, my power alone. Mine, said the paper, mine are the words that smother the stone from the maddened bird. Reams of them flown from the mind of the shaper. Mine, said the scissors, mine are the knives. Dashing through paper's ephemeral lives, nothing so proper as patterned wishes. As stone crushes scissors, as paper's not stone, and scissors cut paper all in alone. So keep up your paper and scissor your wishes. Remember the stone from the top of the hill, they all went alone, as we will
Thank you very much, and I pronounced your last name wrong. It's Schenk, not Schneck. I'm sorry. So I'd just like to tell everybody that we should thank Bolton Rothwell for letting us use the auditorium tonight, and when you leave, please make sure you pick up all garbage, and if you could make sure to have your feet off the seats because it's a privilege to get to use this room, so take care of it, please. So our number 7 would be Joseph Perry, if he would please come on up and give us another poem.
I Hear America Sing by Walt Whitman. I hear America sing the very carols that year. Those are the mechanics, each one singing his as it should be, life and strong. The carpenter singing his as he measures his plank of meat. The mason singing his as he makes ready for work or his own. The boatman singing what belongs to him in his boat. The deckhand singing on the steamer. The shoemaker singing as he sits on his bench. The hatter singing as he sings. The woodcutter song, the plow goes on his way home. Or the mission, or the sundown. The delicious singing of the mother, or of the young man at work, or of the girl sewing and washing. Each singing what belongs to him or her, and to no one else. The day belongs to the day, and at night the party of young brothers, robust, friendly, singing with open mouths, they're shown melodious.
Thank you very much. I will be reciting a small little poem that I just found, aka Stalling for the Judges. Okay, so this is a little excerpt from Salt of the Earth. It is buried in the Appalachian Mountains, beats the rhythm of native drums into rock and roll. Its root pushes through a crack, through soil in Lolo Peak overlooking Missoula, Montana. It's the seed of supernova, an idea that knows it's here, matter spinning, whirling into itself, feeling its way into the past, the need for a crucifixion, past the need to proclaim a big bang. So thank you. And our next contestant is Julian Adler. Coming up.
Okay. My name is Julian Adler. I'll be reciting favorites by Stephen Vincent Benet, and my judges are ready. My mind is a mad sea captain under a glowing moon until the years, winged with brass trumpets, puffy cheeked as doves, straight states bright headed like Arabian rubs. Here are the tigers, here the very gem, here is the strait where idols fish swim. Round their buried idol, drowned so cold, he weeps away his eyes in salt and gold. A country like the dark side of the moon, a cybernetic, harsh and rude, a land that hungers sorcerers. Your mind is water through an April night, a cherry branch blue feathery with its white. A lavender as fragrant as your words. A room where peace and honor talk like birds and sow bright coins under the tragic cloth of heavy fate. And mockery like a moth flutters and beats about those lovely things. You are the soul enchanted with its wings, a voice that could lift and raise the dead and shake the pride of angels. I have said.
Thank you very much, Julian. I think we'll have another Potomac student come on up, so if Boyd Gee could come. Please.
Hi, I'm Boyd, and I'll be reciting Cool Tune by Carl Sandburg. When Abraham Lincoln was shouldered he forgot the comrades and the assassin and the dust of the cool tunes. And Ulysses Grant was also a comrade in Wall Street, cash and dollars and ashes and dust in the cool tunes. But constant body, always popular, sweet as red hot and May or a pop, or sweet red hot in November or pop on May. Did she wonder? Does she remember? Taking a street full of people, buying groceries or clothes, cheering a hero was going to keep that he wanted to hearts. Tell me if the lovers are losers. Tell me if they get more than lovers, and then us can go to me.
Thank you, Boyd. So, our next person is Kenzie Lombardi. So please come on up.
Beautiful Wreckage by W.T. Earhart. What if I didn't shoot the old lady running away from our patrol, or the old man in the back of the head, or the boy in the marketplace? Or what if the boy that he didn't have a grenade, and the woman in huge is fighting and raiding and work it with 7 Marines just for food? Daphne didn't get hit in the knee, Ames didn't die in the river, Ski didn't die in Medevac shot her in between Condé and Dogman. In Vietnamese, Condé means place of angels. What if it really was? Instead of a place of rotting sandbags, incoming heavy artillery, rats and mud. What if the angels are Ames and Ski, or the woman, the man, and the boy, and they lifted Daphne out of the mud and healed his shattered knee? What if none of it happened the way I said? Would it all be a lie? Would the wreckage suddenly be beautiful? Would the dead rise up and walk?
Thank you very much, Kenzie. So, as I was reading the bios of all the students who are participating today, I noticed that a vast majority of them are involved in drama, theater, or band, or all 3 of them. So, I'm really impressed with everybody who's doing so many activities and poetry out loud at the same time. It's awesome of you guys. So, our next contestant is Adam Veray. Come on up.
The Destruction of Sennacherib by Lord Byron. The Assyrian came down like the wolf on the fold, and his cohorts were gleaming purple and gold, and the sheen of their spears was like stars on the sea, as blue waved wolves nightly on deep Galilee. Like the leaves of the forest when summer is green, that host with their banners at sunset was seen. Like the leaves of the forest when the autumn hath grown, that host on the morrow lay withered and strown. But the angel of death spread his wings on the blast, and breathed in the face of the foe as he passed. And the eyes of the sleepers waxed deadly in their chill, and their hearts but once beat, and forever grew still. And there lay the steed with his nostril aloft, but through it there rolled not the breath of his pride. And the foam of his casket lay white on the turf, and cold like the spray of the rock he served. And there lay the rider, distorted and pale, with the dew on his brow and the rust on his neck. And the tents were all silent, the banners alone, the lances unlifted, the trumpets unblown. And the widows of Asher are loud in their wail, and the idols are broke in the temple of Baal. And the might of the gentile, unsmoked by the sword, hath melted like snow in the grass of the Lord.
Thanks very much, Adam. I'm not sure if all of you are aware, but I think it's sometime in February there's a Poem in Your Pocket Week. And personally, I think we should have Poem in Your Pocket Week at least once a month, because me and some of my friends did it, and just having that in your back pocket and bringing it out and getting to read something new and fresh every day was just like a little surprise waiting for you. And whether you get poetry or not, sometimes you'll find that it might get you. So, our next contestant is Maria Zapata. Please come on up.
Blackberry, I said we laugh. Nobody in the lane, and it's nothing. Nothing but blackberries. Blackberries on either side. Though I'm lightning. A blackberry alley going down the hooks, and a seed somewhere named it keeping. Blackberries big as the ball of my thumb, down his eyes, and on the hedges, fat with blue red juices. These days squander on my fingers. I had not asked for such a blood sisterhood. They must love me. They humbled themselves to my cloud, flat on their sides. Overhead were the coffee black, copperless rocks, bits of burnt paper wheeling in the blown sky. Theirs is the only voice, protesting. Protesting, I do not think the sea will pick it off. The high green meadows of the longing is lift from within. I come to one missionary so bright as the bush flies, hanging their blue green bellies and their wings in the shining spring. The honeybees of the berries that stun them. They believe in honey. One morning, and the berries in bushes went. The only thing to come out is the sea. From between two hills, a sudden wind falls at me, slapping its anti-laundry in my face. These hills are too and sweet to repeat the song. I follow the sheep path between them. A last hook brings me to hills rolling face, and the face is orange rock that looks out on nothing. Nothing but a great space of white and pure lights, and a dim like silver snakes. Fleeting and fleeting, I wish I could live.
Thank you very much. All right, I'll give another short little poem that I found, and it's called Wise Guys. Think their words of wit will benefit the world, help solve the mystery? There is no arrogance more vain than the poet's. He wants to be heard, she wants to be read. They're dying to be thought of and loved long after they're dead. Thank you. Aww. Alrighty. Next we have Michael de Grand Prix. Come on up.
Insomnia by Dana Gilbert. Now you hear what the house has to say. Pipes clanking, water running in the dark. The mortgage walls shifting discomfort, and voices mounting endless rows of soft complaints. Like the sound of a family that year by year learns how to ignore. But now you hear all the moving parts about to come undone, and twisting the sheets, you remember all the faces you could not bring yourself to love. How many voices have escaped you until now? The venting furnace, the floorboards of the book, the steady accusations of the clock, numbering the minutes, but no one will mark. The terrible clarity of this moment brings. The useless insight, even broken.
Thank you, Michael. I think we'll have our last student from Potomac come up, so Keeson Thomas, if you would like to come perform.
Hello, I'm Keeson Thomas, and I'll be reciting Insomnia by Daniel Boyd. Now you hear what we lost us to say, I was thinking, water running in the dark. The mortgage wall shifting in the discovered. And voices around you in the strong, small complaints like the sound of family, year by year you will have to grow. Now you must listen to things that you own, all that you worked for these past years. Murmur of property, things in disrepair, all moving parts left undone. The steady curtain, crisping the sheets, remember all the faces that did not bring yourself to love. How many voices that escaped you until now? The venting furnace of floorboards underfoot. Steady accusations of the clock, remembering the minutes that no one will mark. The terrible clarity this moment brings, each sunset unbroken.
I see a future comedian. All right, so now we have Mr. Michael Nelson. Come on up.
I will be reciting Shakespeare's 18th sonnet, Charlotte and Mary to a Summer's Day. Charlotte and Mary to a summer's day, thou art more lovely, and more rough winds do shake the darling buds of May, summer sweets have too short of days. Sometimes, too hot the eye of heaven shine, often his gold complexion dims. And every fair from fair sometimes decline, whether by chance or nature's changing course of trend. But thy youthful summer shall not fade, nor lose possession of the fair thou art, nor death brag thou wanderest in his shade, when to eternal minds time thou goest. So long as men can breathe, or eyes can see, so long is this,
And this gives life to me.
Thank you very much, Michael. So as Michael just showed us, or as Miss Gant said in the beginning, a poem can be something you can explain your love to someone with, or it can do quite the opposite, as I used for my poem last year for Poetry Out Loud. And I'll just give you a little taste from it. I hate you, truly. Truly, I do. Everything about me hates everything about you. Thank you. So it doesn't always have to be a love poem. All right, so Michelle Carter is next. Please come on up.
Memories of Dreaming by Tony Homewood. Somewhere, someone is asking a question, and I stand with the thought of one hand behind my ear, trying to figure out where that voice is coming from. I might be an ordinary man. I tend to recall the night. His hearing out place, front or center, at a battle of bands, where all leather clad, secondary musicians, amped up nice proportions, test shoulder equipment through our ears. Each time it comes from tantrum, the guitarist whirled his sprays machine gun wrists as if they push up as we wish they could not despite we would be dead. We call that fun in 1970, when we weren't sure our lives were surviving. I'm here to tell you that they were, and many of us did despite ourselves. But the road from there to here is paved with dead brain cells. Parents shocked to silence, and squad cars making the whole neighborhood with quaking tint and texture of red jelly. Friends, we should have postmarks on our foreheads to show who we have been. We should have pointed ears or hope without a skin to show what we were thinking, caught out of our God's struck on and death that blinking. But here I stand, an average looking man, staring at a room where someone blonde in braids, with a beautiful belief in answers, is still asking questions. Through the silence of my head here, I can almost see the future whisper to the past. It says that this is not a test, and everybody passes.
Thank you very much, Michelle. So, just this last weekend, Hellgate Drama presented The Lady Cries Murder here in the auditorium. And usually we only have 2 main productions a year, one in the fall and one in the spring. But this year we are presenting Monty Python's The Holy Grail. So for all of you Monty Python lovers out there, we will also be doing some flying circus sketches, and that should be in the beginning of April. So keep your eyes and ears open for that show. It should be hilarious. So next up we have Molly Schmidt.
A Dream Within a Dream by Edgar Allan Poe. Take this kiss upon the brow, and in curving now, thus much let me avow. You are not wrong in being that my days have been a dream. Yet if hope has flown away, in a night or in a day, in a vision or in none, is it therefore thus gone? All that we see or see is but a dream within a dream. I stand within the roar of a surf-tormented shore, and I hold in my hand grains of the golden sand. How few, yet how they creep through my fingers to the deep, while I weep, while I weep. Oh God, can I not grasp them with a tighter clasp? Oh God, can I not save one from the pitiless sway? Is all that we see or seem but a dream within a dream?
Thank you very much, Molly. So I figured, as another stalling mechanism, I'd just give you a few lines from my poem that I competed in Poetry Out Loud with this year. It's Altruism by Molly Peacock. What if we got outside ourselves and there really was an outside out there, not just our insides turned inside out? What if there really were a you beyond me? Not just the waves off my own grill. Fire, like the waves off the backyard grill that you can see the next yard through. Though not well, but well enough to know that off to the right belongs to someone else, not you. All right, I think that's it. Okay, and so next we have Rebecca Norman.
Safe in their alabaster chambers by Emily Dickinson. Safe in their alabaster chambers, untouched by wine, untouched by rain, sleep beneath memories of the resurrection, wrapped in satin and roofed with stone. Light laughs the breeze in her castle of sunshine, battles the bee in a solid ear. Pipe the sweet birds in ignorant cadence. What sagacity carries she? Grand the years in present photo. Worlds with their arcs and firmaments row. Diadems drop and doges surrender. Soundless as dots on a distant snow.
All right, thank you very much, Rebecca. Okay, so we'd like to give a special thanks to Adrienne Kransky, as I said earlier. She was a Montana State Poetry Out Loud contestant in 2008 and now is a drama and dance student at the University of Montana. And also thank you Kim Anderson, director of Montana Festival of the Book and Humanities Montana. And Colin Post, one of our judges, he's a poet and in the UM Creative Writing Program. So, all right, our next contestant is another Rebecca, Rebecca Sewell. Would you please come up?
Eating together by Lee on Lee. In the steamer is a trout, seasoned with slivers of ginger, 2 strings of green onion, and sesame oil. We will eat it with rice for lunch. Brothers, sister, my mother, who will taste the sweetest meat of the head, holding it between her fingers respectfully. The way my father did weeks ago. When he lay down to sleep like a snow-covered road, crying older than him. The thousand travelers and lonely alone.
Thank you again, Rebecca. And I guess I will do another little poem. And the poems that I've been reading are ones that are from the books that the finalists will be receiving. So this one is called A Poem. A poem is a memorial in a way, so today I honor those who've passed before me with this short note. Dr. Williams might okay, and Bukowski surely would salute, if say it brought him a beer and didn't insist on parading us this year through blood puddles and gunshots, past uniforms, blowing smoke, about what it takes to kill or die. It takes everything. The red wheelbarrow, the white chickens, the blue whores glazed with rain. In memory of William Carlos Williams, Charles Bukowski, and my old man on Memorial Day 2005. Thank you very much. And our next contestant is Riley Johnson.
any source. I have not taken my sorrow. I cannot awaken my heart to joy at the same tone. And all that I loved alone. But then, in my childhood, in the dawn of a stormy life, was drawn from every depth of good and ill, the mystery which binds me still, from the torrent, to the fountain, from the red cliff of the mountain, from the sun that roundly rolled in autumn to gold, from the lightning in the sky that passed me flying by, or from the thunder in the storm, from the cloud that took its form, from the rest of heaven was blue, of a demon in my view.
Thank you very much, Riley. So I was sitting there thinking about how long I've been reading poetry, and I remembered the very first poem I wrote when I was in 3rd grade, and it was a haiku called Drip, Drop, Drip, and it went like this. Drip, drop, drip, drop, drip, water falling from a branch. Drip, drop, drip, drop, drip. Thank you. A work of genius. Okay, so our next contestant is Shyla Allred. Please come on up.
Agoraphobia by Edward Casson. Imagine waking to a scene of snow so new, not even memories of other snow can mar its solid surface. What innocence is quite like this? And who can blame me for refusing to violate such lightness with the brutal cruelty of tracks? Though I cannot leave this house, I have memorized the view from every window. 23 framed landscapes containing each nuance of weather and light. And I will measure every room, not as a prisoner pacing a cell, but as the embryo knows the walls of the room, free to swing as the body tells it, to nudge the softly fleshed bones, dreading only the moment of contraction when it would be forced into the gaudy world. Sometimes I travel as far as the last stone of the path, but each step, as in a children's story, pricks that tender place on the bottoms of foot, and like an ebbing tide, with all the accession of the moon behind it, I am dragged back. I have noticed a windy fall, how the leaves are torn from the trees. Each leaf waving goodbye to the oak or the poplar that housed it. How the moon, hidden to the very center of the window, is like a moth, wanting only to break in. What I mean is, this house follows all the laws of little and rich form, obeys the commandments of bloom and of real, custom and grace. It is not fear that holds me here, but passion and the incrossable note of moonlight outside the folded doors.
Thank you very much. So I thought I would give you all a little taste of what I did as performance poetry rather than recitation poetry. So this is Shakespeare Rent by Bo Burnham, just a little taste of it. William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare was a verbal contortionist. He could bend his words in the way a contortionist bends his frame, and I certainly hope he could with a name like William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare, look, some of you seem lost. Say your name was Robert Frost and you couldn't write? That would suck. I guess you could always go as Bobby Frost and own an ice cream truck. He was balanced like a simile and could stack metaphor 5, 6 at a time and rhyme into the very last line of soliloquy, which said outright what the previous 77 were only hinting at. He had puns and quips and tons of trips and sons with ships and nuns with hips and buns and lips, but I had something Shakespeare never had. Penicillin. See, back then it hadn't been invented yet. Back then they only had coilicillin. Hey-o! It's not that hard, Bard. I'm sorry, I got a bone to pick with you, William. So if you could just listen up here and listen to this theater query here, act like a real artist for once in your life. Say Van Gogh and lend me your ear. You're not a writer. You're a writer like Hulk Hogan's a street fighter. You write these dramas, you accumulate your wealth, you hold nature as toward a mirror as yourself. Just because you're messed up doesn't mean we are too. Just because you want to bang your mom doesn't mean Danish princes do. What? Who? Yeah, Hamlet, Shakespeare. The prince whose father died at the hands of his uncle and with his mother lied. Sound familiar? It's the Lion King. You stole from a Disney movie, you androgynous dweeb. What's next? The story of a French king on a quest to find his lost son, Nemo? Oh, and by the way, poetic talent is really easy to fake when thy sentences doth no freaking sense make. Thank you. All right. Thank you very much. And our next contestant is Sophie Forsland.
Time does not bring relief. You all have lied by Edna's Haynes and Millay. Time does not bring relief. You all have lied. You told me time would ease me of my pain. I miss him in the weaving of the rain. I want him at the shrinking of the tide. The old snows melt from every mountainside, and last year's leaves are smoke in every lane. But last year's bitter loving must remain heaped on my heart, and my own thoughts abide. There are 100 places where I fear to go, so with his memory they grin, and entering with relief some quiet place where never fell his foot or shone his face, I say, there is no memory of him here, and so stand stricken, so remembering him.
Thank you very much. And I would just love it if all of us could give a big round of applause to Miss Sean Gant for organizing this and all the work she's put into it. Thank you very much, Miss Gant. Alrighty. Our second to last is Stella Shannon. So please come on up.
Lunar Bender by Nina Lloyd. A silver Lucifer serves cocaine in cornucopia to some somnambulist of adolescent thighs draped in satirical draperies. Paris in livery, prepare neatly for posthumous parvenus. Delirious avenues lit by the chandelier souls of Infusoria from Pharaoh's tombstones lead to mercurial doomsdays, odious oasis in furrowed phosphorus. The eye-white, skylight, white light district of lunar lusts, selective signs, wing shows on Starway, zodiac carousel, cyclones of ecstatic dust evacuate craters. A flock of dreams browse on necropolis. From the shores of oval oceans in the oxidized Orient, honest-eyed analysts and ornithologists observe the flight of arrows, obsolete, and immortality, mildews in the museum of the moon. Nocturnal cyclops, crystal concubine, hawked with personification, the fossil virgin of the skies, waxes and wanes.
Thank you very much, Stella. A judge, Adrian Kransky, and I were talking earlier about some of our favorite poems, and I realized that one of mine was the greatest love poem ever written. Whenever I look at you, I think of you. Thank you. Okay, so moving on, last but certainly not least, Tucker Schmidt. Please come on up.
So my poem is Pitch a Little Rhyme by E. Marino. Once upon a time, I caught a little rhyme. I set it on the floor, and it ran around the door. I chased it on my bicycle, but it melted to my icicle. I scooped it up in my hat, but it turned into a cat. I chased it, or I caught it by the tail, and it stretched into a whale. I followed it in a boat, but it changed into a goat. When I fed it tin and paper, it turned into a tall skyscraper. Then it grew into a kite that flew far out of sight.
All right, thank you very much to all of our contestants. If we could get another big round of applause for all of our participants. Woo! And if we could get another big round of applause for our panel of judges. And Miss Gant, what happens next?
Now we'll let everybody tally the scores and average the 2 rounds, and then we'll announce the winners tonight. And so some new cards we're on kind of on stage as well.
Okay, it's getting late. We all need to go to bed and everything. I have some nice prizes here. Some of Mark Gibbons, Cheryl Nothy's books. Henry Reelbird, who's our poet laureate in Montana. The New Cut Bank and the Airy, Big Sky Journal from 2009. And the Oval, they're partners in crime. And a couple of by Mark Gibbons, so several of his. I have a list of 8 folks that are going to go to state on the 19th. And there was a tie for alternates. Those are Maria Zepeda and Michael Nelson. Will you guys come up? Yay! Stand right here. I didn't have time to write your name on it. That's okay.
It's cool. I like knowing these papers.
No one can label you. And I just want to say, great job to everybody. It was a really good night. I'm impressed. Afterwards, the folks that are going to state should check in with Margaret Belisle. And she's sitting out here in the audience. She's our state coordinator for Poetry Out Loud, and she has information for you that's very important about that trip on the 19th. And there was one other thing, Margaret. Travel vouchers for folks from Big Fork and Whitefish. If you drove down here, then you should check in with Margaret. She has that paperwork. 8th place, Joseph Perry. Come on up. Seventh place, Sophie Forsland. Sixth place, Austin Graff. Kind of like Academy Awards, but we're better than the Academy Awards this year. 5th place, yeah, better dress. 5th place, Shyla Allred. Fourth place, Kenzie Lombardi. Farther to come back here. 3rd place, Rebecca Norman. Second place, Dax Cederberg. And first place in our regionals, Stella Shannon. Thanks again to our judges. Did a great job. It's a really hard job. And I hope there's a big carpool from the schools that these folks represent. Hope to see you guys all at state. So thanks a lot. Good night. Stay here a sec. Lisa's going to take your picture again.